Hello YouTube world, Mac Daddy 191181 here with the Cherry Tree Survivalist. My final rebuttal to Uncle Fester's why I traded my 1911s for Glocks rebuttal to my original 1911 video. You know what? I think the way I'm going to start out is to say this. You know the advantage of having one gun for so damn long, you know what that advantage is? You learn all of its idiosyncrasies, and you learn a lot about the gun itself. We are supposed to be survivalists. We're supposed to be preparing ourselves for the future, for any event that may happen that would cause us to have to be self-sufficient, right? Just this year, I purchased this book here on 1911. I should have had this a long damn time ago. And the reason I should have had this book is because this baby right here will tell you how to diagnose problems with the gun, if you have a problem with the gun, and the do's and don'ts where you don't screw up. Okay? Every single problem I've ever had with this gun was directly related to something I did out of ignorance or out of freaking stupidity and being cheap. You see this front sight right here? This is not the original front sight, and it wiggles. I bought a set of sights for this gun that are not original, adjustable, because I was shooting the gun incorrectly, holding it incorrectly, and it would shoot high and left. And I said, well, I'll get me a set of sights I'll put on that baby, and that'll solve that problem. It didn't solve the problem, didn't do a damn thing for it, until I learned to hold that baby correctly in my hand in the proper weaver stance. Now I can control it exactly where I want it to go. But anywho, I had this set of sights put on. I did not have a gunsmith put on. I'm out at the range one day, I'm planking away, and this damn sight flew right off the damn gun. So here I am with a rear sight, no front sight to index on for elevation or so forth. That was my fault. Had it put back on by the same guy that put the first one on, but they ordered the wrong thing. The tinion, the little pin that holds it in, that you have to have a special tool to mash it flat like a rivet. He didn't have that tool, so it's still loose. So it may fall off every one day, but that's alright. One day I'm going to have some good damn sights put on it, and I'll have the correct pinion, and I'll have the correct tool to do it. That was my fault. The second one was due to ignorance. I bought some pure lead 45 ACP reloads to try to run through this gun. It is not designed for that. No semi-automatic gun is designed for lead. Lead is too damn soft. It'll booger up the damn ramp. It won't hurt the ramp. It won't hurt the barrel, but it will leave deposits. Uncle Fester covered that about his Glock. You pick up any handbook on any semi-automatic handgun, it'll tell you use what it was designed to use. The Mil-Spec 1911 Springfield Armory, and it was, he gave me the box that it came in right here. I'll cover that up because someone else owns it, but it says Mil-Spec right there. Okay, it was a Mil-Spec. Out of the box, it should have run flawless. Why? This gun here has been tightened up and all that to increase its accuracy, but that does not increase reliability with an all-steel gun. The tighter the frame fits, the barrel bushing fits, and so forth, dirt and stuff gets in there, it could possibly jam the gun. A Mil-Spec gun was designed to run through, the original specification was 6,000 rounds without any stoppages of any kind, without any jams of any kind, fire the rounds and eject the rounds without flaw, without breakage of any part on the gun, without wearing out the freaking barrel, cycling perfectly. That is how Colt won the contract, and this ain't a Colt, so I shouldn't be displaying it. But this is, by golly. Now, it's disassembled. This one was found in a barn by someone and given to Uncle Fester, and it had got water dripped on it for years and years. This is an original 1911. This is not a 1911A1. Okay? This represents what the original gun that won the contract. The metallurgy was early 20th century. Remember, 1911. Pre-World War II, or excuse me, World War I. This dated back before Titanic sank, though it was probably either built in the same year or during World War I itself, up till around 1923 when the A1 specification came out, and by 1926 all existing U.S. government-owned 1911s were simply transformed into the 1911 A1. You'll see here, this one here does not have the scallops cut out on the side to make it easier for the trigger. This one does. The tang safety was lengthened a little bit so that the original hammer didn't bite down in their hands, and the sights were enlarged a tad. And it had a short trigger such as this one added. And that's the only difference between a 1911 and an A1. And a parkerized finish and so forth. But I'll read you. I went back and watched Uncle Fester's part 1 and part 2 just a minute ago, and I wanted to read you guys. And yeah, I'm having a bad hair day. Oh my God, where's my hairspray? But I'm gonna read you something. Uncle Fester, this is like the 25th take of this, because in every single one I'd end up getting on you pretty hard, and I don't. That's not what I want. But I do want to wake you up, and I want you to think about this. Specifically, if you're going to keep those Glocks, and I have no problem you keeping those Glocks, you need to find you a book similar to this. They make them, telling you all the ins and outs. So you're going to be prepared. You need to be prepared to service your guns, replace springs, any parts that may break or get bent, damaged, shaped, whatever. You need to be able to do it. You need to find out. Especially, I mean, I think you're going to keep the AK-47. If you do, they got a book on this. And I'm not talking about getting the freaking Russian language version. There's some great books out there on your weapon systems, Mossberg included, and that's the only thing I'll have missing in my collection by the time Christmas rolls around. This is Volume 1. There's Volume 2 called the M1911 Complete Assembly Guide, just like the M14. All right. So I'll have the assembly guide, and that'll be everything I need to know. And then I'll start buying the tools and pieces and parts to actually repair or modify the gun eventually. But right now we've got this one, and this one is loaded with information. And what I'm about to share with you, Uncle Fester, if I'd had this damn book, you would probably still have that Springfield, unless you just made up your mind you hated the gun. Number 1, I failed Fester. I did not have the complete M1911 owner's guide, so I could not help him diagnose the problem. Number 2, the original owner, the guy we call Irish, failed him by not offering to send the gun back to Springfield for a warranty repair and or replacement of the gun and magazines. If I get a gun, I pay that goddamn kind of money, and $700 is not an inexpensive item there, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, with the shit job I got, it takes me 2 weeks to make that kind of money. When I was trucking, I could make that in a day and a half, sometimes in 1 day. So if I spend that kind of money and it's under warranty, listen here, I have not done anything to this gun other than add the grips, and that's a preference. You know, that's not going to void your warranty. Nothing's been done in this gun. If there's a problem with this gun, you can bet your eyeballs it's going back to Springfield Armory. And you can bet your eyeballs they're going to fix it. Give you a little illustration. Many, many years ago, for 12 years I was with AT&T Wireless. Before AT&T, it was Singular. Okay? One time they gave me a $500 telephone bill because I went over my minutes by 30 minutes, and they charged me $300. I called them up, and I tried to be nice. Now, I told y'all in my old days I'm trying to become more diplomatic. The lady said, "There's nothing I can do. You owe that money." And you know what I said? I said, "Then you turn the son of a bitch off. You tell me right now while we're on the phone exactly how much I owe you to the penny, plus the disconnect fee on every phone." It was $1,000 for just the disconnect fees, because it's $250 per phone. I had 4 phones in there. I said, all right, fine. Here's my credit card information. Turn that son of a bitch off now. Oh, Mr. Aubrey, oh my God, please, Talking about backtracking, I got my damn bill reduced. Back to the original amount plus $30 for the 30 minutes. I said, all right, I went over. $1 a minute, okay, fine, whatever. I can deal with that. $300, kiss my butt. Never had another problem with AT&T. Bell South. Someone stole my identity, used my they got my social security number. Don't know how. Turned the phone on, sent me the dang, and Southern Bell came after me for the bill. Even though that was not, they misspelled my name completely. They had the social security number. Now, so I'll tell you what you do. By God, I want you to take me to court, because that guy threatened to take me to court. I said, hell yeah! Take Mac Daddy to court. Bring it the hell on. Why? You got to prove, mother, that was me that had that phone turned on. All you got is a misspelling, a butchery of my name, an address way the hell up in Tennessee where I've never lived, and that is it. And my social security number. Forgot that. I said, that's it. So when we get into court and you throw that pathetic evidence on out there, I'm going to bring in my logbooks from the date the phone was turned on, because I'm going to subpoena that information, so when I go to court, I'm going to be ready. I don't even need a damn lawyer. I'm going to subpoena, I'm going to bring in the fuel receipts and my logbook from trucking. I'm going to prove I was in Texas that day, beyond a shadow of a doubt. I will bring in the ATM receipts, because see, the charge on an ATM card is tax deductible to a certain degree on your taxes. You bet your ass I keep up with it. And I just laid it out there, and I said, and when I prove you are wrong, I'm going to turn around and countersue you for the time and aggravation for your harassing my ass, and on and on and on. And I said, when I am done, I will retire. And I'm going to sit on my butt at the house and do whatever the hell I want, and you can be paying me every damn month. So let's go to court. Yeah, baby, come on! They took it off my damn credit score, and they withdrew their damn complaint, or their accusation I owed them a bill. I ain't never lived in Tennessee, ladies and gentlemen. Ever. So, back to number two. I know I got off track, but this is Mac Daddy telling you what Mac Daddy, I'll handle it. You damn right I'll handle it. Why didn't Irish, the original owner, why didn't he send that gun back if there was some type of a problem with it? The magazines are junk. Those are not cheap, as Uncle Fester was complaining about. He was complaining they're too expensive to be such low round count. Well, sir, it don't matter what kind of gun you have. If it's magazine fed, you either pay for quality or it'll spit its guts out on the floor like the Korean mag did that time when you dropped it. Damn thing just popped, the bottom popped off of it. Didn't break it, but it popped off and browns went every which way. Not a good thing if you ask me, Uncle Fester. Number three. If that was not possible, Fester failed by not insisting it be repaired by Irish, or having its problem diagnosed by a gunsmith or Irish. Now, I failed him because I did not have the complete M1911 owner's guide at the time. Fester failed by not buying it himself. I now own book 1. I've already said I'm fixing to buy book 2, and we'll be a lot better. But I'm going to show you some things, all right out of the book, to show you how you could have found this problem. If we'd have had this book, we could have found this problem with this gun, found out exactly what it was, and we could have been in business. First thing you want to do is you want to get a screwdriver to fit these, and you can see mine are boogered up just a tad, but they've been off and on quite a few times over the years. Take these 4 screws out, take the stocks off. These are stocks, okay? You can call them grips, but the correct nomenclature is stocks. Take these panels off. While you're at it, get you a perfectly fitted screwdriver and take this right here out. There's nothing to it. All you got to do is push in on the button just like you were going to eject the magazine. Take that screwdriver that fits it and turn it counterclockwise. About a quarter of a turn, it'll pop right out of there. Just like that did. Here's the Springfield part. Here's a part from the original 1911. Alright, they're very, they're absolutely dead on the money, it looks to me like. But looks can be deceiving. I'm going to put this back in here because I don't want to take this gun apart. But push it out. If I can get the damn thing lined up. Because you got to have it out a certain amount so you can put that lock back, that screw back in. And you want to make sure your screwdriver is well fitted. It goes right back in. That is it. That's all you got to do. But you take it out and you take the stock. So I was going to look similar to this. Now I got the hammer and all this stuff off the receiver, but don't worry about all that. Now, one point. None of this inside is polished. The polished parts are around the barrel and the trigger mechanism. And that's it. Okay, maybe the slides. You don't want any burrs or anything like that. So if they're smooth from being polished a little bit, it will function much better. First thing you want to do is make a visual inspection once you get the stocks off of the trigger bow. And I'll take the trigger out here in a minute and show you. This here is an original 1911 found in a barn by someone given or traded to Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester gave me this gun. It is a real, honest-to-God 1911, not an A1. But the mechanical guts are the same damn thing unless you get a modern Colt or a modern Smith & Wesson or a Kimber 2. You see this different colored metal right here? This is a trigger bow. If it is warped in some way, it may stick up into the mag well and prevent the magazine from going in. You can go, with the stocks removed, you can look down there and you can tell. You can flip the gun over, you can do the same damn inspection on the opposite side. And of course the freaking light is just not wanting to cooperate. But you can see it is a lighter color and it's got some rust on it, you can tell. Like I said, this thing was found in a barn. It had got water dripped on it and it's in bad down shape, but it is a project gun and who knows what I'll be able to do with it before it's over with. Now, we'll remove the trigger. That's the first test you need to damn do, and this is what it looks like. This is the best trigger lineup in the damn universe. Of any gun, any semi-automatic firearm, this is the most direct. Because the trigger it directly intersects the sear, and this is what the sear looks like with the disconnect. Okay, and that bow sits right there on it like that. All right, so your finger is in direct contact with the sear. All right, and the hammer will sit in there like when it's cocked. It'll look just like, very similar to that. It may not be positioned exactly, but that's what it'll look like. All right. But that's the geometry of it is perfect. All right, it's the best damn trigger there is out there. That's the reason the high-end guns that they use in competition for bullseye type shooting and so forth is a 1911. It's got the best damn trigger system on the damn planet of any gun. There's no linkages to bend or bow or break unless you damage the bow on this damn thing, and that would be very hard to do if a magazine is inserted into the gun, because the magazine goes right through it like that. Therefore, it would be very hard to bow inward, and the mag well prevents it from bowing outward. Okay, so it'd be very hard to do, but I suppose that is a possibility. So that's the first inspection. Second inspection. Here's a 100-year-old original 1911. Let me get my camera set up here. Let's check the fidelity of the frame. Take a magazine, insert it, push it in with your finger and hold it in there. Let go. If it kicks it out, and do it level. Kicks it out, there's no rubbing or problem with the frame itself. Alright, so if after you've taken this out, your magazine goes in and out without any trouble, and it's kicked out like that just by you pushing your finger on it and releasing it, then the damn problem is that. You know how much that part costs right there? The magazine catch. I checked online last night. A real honest to God Colt one the blued one will cost you $11. $10.99 at Brownells. A high-end Wilson Combat would be around $25. There's other companies sell them up to $35. A Springfield Armory, $16 for a stainless steel model. That's what it looks like. Alright, the magazine would go right up in here like this. All right. Be very hard to damage that, but it's a possibility. It's been bowed a little bit and it's interfering with the magazine being inserted. And you don't have to take it out like this, but you can look at it. And if it's in the mag well at all, then it's going to interfere. That's the first check. All right, let me put it back in there and I'll show you the next damn check. Next check, all you got to do, stick a magazine, a known good magazine. In other words, you know this is a damn good magazine. It's functioned flawlessly in another gun. You put it in there, push it all the way down with your damn finger, and holding the gun level, or even upside down, just let it go. All right, let me see if you can see that from a better angle. See it bounce out? That means the spring in it's still good and strong, and there's nothing, no parasitic drag from anything holding it. And if all this works, the magazine's moving in and out, it's bouncing out of there, then you know there ain't a problem with the trigger. You know there's not a problem with the frame. The frame is it has been opened up and cut to standard. It's not warped any way, shape, or form, or damaged. So if that test works, your culprit's right there in your hand. The mag catch, the mag release. The proper nomenclature is mag catch. But a mag release, if that's what you want to call it, that's fine with me. I ain't got a problem with it. Let's see if I can zoom in on this baby. I'm going to have to get my hand behind it for the camera to damn focus. Oh, these cameras drive me to drinking. Just ain't going to focus, is it? Oh, there we go. There we go. See that little ridge right there? See that little hole right here in the magazine? That ridge goes right there to lock this magazine in. Just like this. Okay? Alright, like that. You push the button in, it pushes it like that. Away from the magazine body. And then you can slide the magazine out. When you push it back in, it's under spring tension. It'll snap right into that damn hole right there and catch the magazine. You know how much this little old part cost? I've checked on it, by golly. That's $11 Colt part. $16 stainless steel from Springfield Armory. $25 to $30 from Wilson Combat and Les Bear. And about $35 for another company, EGW or something like that. That's not an expensive part. So if we'd have known how to tell him to diagnose it and him do it, or Irish do it, it would have been fine. Another thing, there are dozens and dozens of manufacturers of the 1911, 1911A1. Let me see. A partial listing of commercial manufacturers, page 38. I'm trying to get to it. I'm going to show you something. This is a partial list. All of these on this side, and the damn book ain't in the camera, of course. It never is. Back it back off, Tad. Had to back the damn camera back up, basically. All these, AMT, Arcadia Machine and Tool. I would not buy one. They never could get the damn thing to run right. AMT, Angleport, Arminex. They make the slide safety. Arms Corps, Art Enterprises, Auto Ordnance, Les Bear, Briley, Brolin, JPE Frames, Ed Brown, Bull Transmark, RD Burns, Campier, Caspian, Citadel, Clark, CQB Products, Colt, Coonan Arms, they make a 357 Magnum version. Crown City Arms, Cylinder and Slide, Charles Daly, Dawson Precision, Datonics, DGFM or FMAP, Argentine Military, Glask, Double Star, EAA, Enterprise, Essex Arms, Fabrica del Armas, the Mexican military made their own. Firestorm, also Metro Arms in the Philippines. Fusion Firearms, Guncrafter Industries, Horton, Howa, Imbel, which is Brazil. They had all the bunch of the original equipment that manufactured the 1911A1 during World War II was transferred to them. Imperial Defense from Vietnam. Inner Arms, Silver Cup. Israeli Arms, Magnum Research. Jay's Pacific Enterprise, JPE. Carr, which is the manufacturer of auto ordnance, and I do believe they just bought Magnum Research. Kimber, Kongsberg, Norwegian Military. Krebs, LAR Manufacturing, the Grizzly. Limcat, IEI. Llama, Lone Star MS Safari Arms. I've already mentioned Magnum Research, but I'll put it in there again. Millennium Custom, Mitchell, Mossberg, announced but perhaps none produced commercially. Nighthawk Custom, Norinco, that Chinese SOB I wouldn't give you 50 cents for. Novak, Nolan, Olympic Arms, Packmeyer, Para Ordnance, Randall, which Para Ordnance is now Para USA. Peters Stahl, Pistol Dynamics, Robar, Rock Island, Rock River Arms, Scott McDougall, Shooter Incorporated, Sig Sauer, Silver Cup, Enter Arms, Smith & Wesson, Springfield Incorporated, STI, SVI, Tanfoglio, Tussey Custom, Unerdal, Valtro, Vega, Double Action, Dan Wesson, Wilson Combat, Wolverine, Vega, Viking, the Sea Camp Double Action. Also, we got to remember Remington just came out here a few years ago with the R1, and here in just the last year or two, Ruger with their SR 1911. And that's only a partial listing. Do every one of these manufacturers build the gun to the original standard of Colt? No, they do not. Your import wannabe 1911, the grip panels, the stocks would not fit on a standard 1911. That's what you get when you try to buy two different makes of guns. It ain't going to work. However, the 1911 and 1911A1 are military firearms. Just like the M16, M4 carbine, the M1A, M14, and of course the AK-47. The parts are supposed to be interchangeable. All of them. The only thing that needs fitting is the barrel to the slide and the barrel to the freaking frame. That is one crucial thing. It's got to be dead on the damn money. You buy a cheap gun, there you go. Now, let's talk about the out-of-the-box reliability. The GI replica, the Mil-Spec replica, should have been 100% out of the box. There ain't no doubt about it. Alright? There's no doubt about it. Should have been 100% reliable out of the box. It was the original Mil-Spec Colt 1911. This gun, without anything fancy added to it. It went through a 6,000 round torture test, passed with flying colors with 0 breakages, 0 stoppages, 0 jams. With 230 grain ball ammo. That's what this gun and the original 1911A1, the Mil-Spec gun, were designed to shoot. And if the bullet was the correct shape, the ogive, which I call the shoulder up here, where it goes from the sides of the bullet and it curves and turns into the point. As long as it's that specification, it should feed that. Any 1911A1 or any 1911 replica of any kind should feed it flawless. If it does not, then there's a problem somewhere. So back to my original question, number 2. It was the first question though. Why didn't Irish, the original owner of the gun, knowing it was screwed, take it back to the damn gun shop where he got it from, or send it back to the manufacturer and have those magazines replaced and find out what the hell was causing the magazine so hard to be inserted and pulled out? That was a failure on both of y'all's parts, not the gun. The manufacturer maybe, not the design. The design is flawless for what it was designed to do. Now, because Uncle Fester's seen some failures with this gun, let's address those failures so that he doesn't feel like I'm lying. I think the first failure he saw, I want to say, was the front sight came off the gun. My fault. Why? Because these are not the original sights that came on this gun. The original sights came on this gun were the old style sights, unadjustable. Very similar to what's on this gun. Very small. Not as small as these. They were a little bit bigger, more modern, but they're pretty much the same style. And they were not adjustable other than for windage left to right. And I just didn't like that. I wanted adjustable sights because this gun, damn it, would not shoot and hit the bullseye. It wasn't the damn gun's fault. I held the gun like this. Alright, you can't probably see it in here. The gun, it was not straight in my hand. Alright, it was more like that right there. It felt more comfortable. Now it feels odd as hell because I've learned how to do it. But if you can tell, it's pointing off to the right just a bit. And under recoil, it will go left, high and left every damn time. And I kept shooting high left, high left, high left. It's the damn guns, the damn guns, the damn sights. It's this, it's that, or the other. It ain't. Put the damn gun in the hand correctly. Control the recoil correctly. And the gun will go exactly where it's supposed to. This gun too. Dead on the money. Right where you're supposed to. That wasn't the gun's fault. That was my damn fault. But I'm a guy, and guys don't want to admit when they screw up or they're not doing it right. And I didn't know any better, so I figured I was doing it right. Well, I know, but now I was holding the gun over here instead of right there. All right? Didn't have it in the long, my stance was all messed up. So I changed sights, but I didn't have a gunsmith to install them. I had a friend install them. He did not have the correct tool. There is a correct tool for mashing that tinion, the little peg that sticks through the frame, through the slide to mash it flat. Because it's sort of like a rivet, an old style rivet, where they used to use the hammer. You know, they'd be really hot when they're putting iron together, and there'd be a guy on one side with a hammer and another guy on the side holding it. It would actually flatten it out. A real rivet, not a pot rivet. And it mashes that flat. I didn't have that. The damn sight came off. When we went to order the new one, the guy said, well, what kind of gun is it? I said, it's a Springfield Armory 1911. Oh, well, they got a medium-sized tinion. It's not a small and it's not a large. It's a medium. I thought, well, what did you order me last time? He said, I think he said it was large, and it broke. This is a correct tinion, but it still wasn't put on with the correct tool, and it's a little loose. I will have these replaced with the original type sights before it's all over with. Because now I know it ain't the gun, it's me. Lesson learned. Second time this gun failed. And the video should be here. It's a cell phone video. It's not best quality. But the gun kept stopping, jamming. Why? Because I was using soft lead reloads that I got from some damn where. Probably intended for cowboy action, where you can take this, you know, it has the cylinder so you can put 45 ACP in it and shoot it out of a revolver instead of 45 long colt, which is quite a bit more expensive. And the lead was too soft. It hit that ramp and slam on the brakes. It might shoot 4 or 5 rounds and then jam. And it would start up in there, but it would be so tacky because this lead is so soft, it would get stuck, and I'd hit it on the back of the thing here. And boy, I cut the piss out of my hand, but my goddamn gun was working. And man, when I got this baby home, God almighty, you talking about filthy. The barrel, it took me hours to clean all that damn lead out of the barrel. It was gobbed in there. It looked like a real thick gray paste, like butter or something, except a bright gray of a pure lead bullet. And Uncle Fester thought that was the funniest thing. Well, your gun should be able to shoot any kind of ammo. Bullshit. Your Glock, which we found out in his video, your Glock ain't gonna shoot them any better. No self-loading gun will shoot a full lead bullet. It is designed and intended, the original model, to shoot full metal jacket, 230 grain ball ammo with the original shaped bullet. Okay? It was not designed, the original guns, to shoot hollow points. So you got to tweak the gun a little bit to make it run hollow points if you so desire. And what they do is throat the barrel, polish the feed ramp, bam, you're in business. Some of them, they try to modify the magazines in them, and that caused all kinds of damn trouble. You get the original style magazine, you get the one with the hybrid lips of Colt from 1946 forward, or you get a Wilson Combat and you'll have no problems. The damn thing will feed like a rape tape. Alright, the next problem I had with it, oh yeah, sometimes it wouldn't push the bullet all the way up in there even though it was clean. Alright, and well oiled and so forth. That happened when Uncle Joe or Uncle Fester had his XD. The video's on here, the video's on his channel. You can watch. It would get stuck and you'd have to pop it and it would go right on in there. The gun was 10 years old. Not out of the box. Been shot a hell of a lot, but it did a lot of sitting with that damn recoil spring, the main spring up here at the front, compressed inside the gun. And so I said, well, I'm going to buy a new recoil spring and put it in there. Well, shit, if I'm going to buy one of them, I'll rebuild the whole damn gun, all new springs. And I did. And it jammed and it broke. Literally. Because when I put it back together, Mac Daddy didn't have this. This is the best damn thing, money I ever spent, other than the gun itself. And what happened is I somehow or another didn't put the spring in or didn't have the disconnector, this little bitty piece right here. I didn't have this in correctly and it broke. And when it did, that was it. It was jammed up tighter than Dick's hat band. And the gun sat for a while, over a year. I went and finally bought me a Wilson bulletproof disconnect. Installed it in the gun correctly, using information out of this damn book, and it runs like a rape tape. And I'll put up some video one day of that. But I'm not going to do it until I replace this. The extended slide lock is the worst damn thing ever invented for people who shoot thumbs forward like I do. I don't know if you can see that or not, but when you're shooting thumbs forward, all your thumbs up here, this thumb will inadvertently hit that damn thing and it will not lock the slide back on the last round. That ain't good. So that's being replaced by a brand new one, a Wilson Combat, this Christmas. That's one of the two things I've ordered for Christmas, with the original style like this one here. And you've seen this one, a real close-up of it in my first 1911 and my second 1911 video, I think. After I put it in and put it back together correctly, the damn thing runs right as rain. Except for me touching that, and it won't lock back like it ought to. But the recoil spring solved the problem of shoving the bullet in there, except with the Chip McCormick magazines. This gun does not like them. This other one I ain't never had a lick of problems with, but this one don't like it. For whatever reason, it don't like it. Alright, sometimes guns are finicky. All my other standard magazines, 7-rounders, it feeds perfect. You know, just like that magazine right there, my Wilson Combat magazines, it feeds perfect. This one here, it must have a heavier spring or something. It feeds perfect regardless of what magazine I've stuck in it, as long as the magazine's good quality. You can take the parts off this and it'll fit right on that one, because they're both Springfield manufactured. The only damn thing I found that is screwy is this hoe grip would not fit on this one, but this one's frame is thicker, and I think because it's a lower, I mean, it's not a super expensive gun. I paid back in 2001. Now this is probably $1,100-$1,200 gun now, but back then I paid $750, I think, for it. And the front strap is a lot thicker, so you could go in there and have it diamond cut, so you could have a good purchase on it. One of these days I'm gonna probably do that and probably replace that arch mainspring housing with one with the diamond cut like is on this gun. You want an ambidextrous safety, that cost you about $50. Ain't shit to install. But you're right, they are more expensive. It takes some time and patience to build a gun like this, and this is a gun for life. And if you decide you want to buy a 1911, buy this first. Or buy this immediately after you buy it. Because the handbook that comes with the guns tells you basic maintenance, basic operation, the do's and don'ts. This one here tells you all kinds of different things. How to select magazines, how to select different sights, ambidextrous safeties, on and on and on and on. And it tells you what the hell to leave alone. Well, it's a waste of time, money, and effort. The man that wrote this agreed with Jeff Cooper about one thing. You take your basic 1911 A1, well, it's just saying A1. You take the 1911 A1, it hasn't had anything done to it. You add a set of sights that you can see instead of these little bitty bastards on this one. I mean, look how tiny those damn things are. It's horrendous. You cannot see the damn things. It's just terrible. Try looking down in twilight and trying to acquire a target with that. You damn deep shit. He said it needs sights you can see, a trigger you can manage, 4.5 pounds, a good thing, and a dehorning job to take all the sharp edges off of it. And that includes your sights. And that's all it needs. And it's perfect. Now, if you want to shoot hollow points through it, if you throat the barrel, that's fine. You want to have a match trigger job pin, that's fine. You want to open the injection port up, that's fine. That's all you need. Ambidextrous safety, that's something you think you need, you can have that. You need a speed bump on the back, so it's, if you get the flat hands, okay. But that's all you need. All that crap that I was telling y'all in part one, this guy right here says, you will actually go away from home on that one. Tightening the frame up and the slide up and all that will make it less reliable as a combat gun. I learned my damn lesson. Because I thought I'd read it very thoroughly. I had forgotten some stuff. I read it very thoroughly because I had a sneak peek at Uncle Fester's part 2 because I helped him do the editing and all. And I added some extra information in there to help it out to make his video more relevant and so forth. It's just hard to remember right off the top of your head all the different things, even if you got notes there. Sometimes you forget them. Guarantee you there'll be something in this video I'll forget. Oh, I already have. Inside the mag well on these is not polished. On either one of these guns, it's not polished. Oh, I don't know. Well, you can't see it. It's not polished in there. It's been beveled a little bit to make it easier to insert magazines, but it ain't that big a deal. I mean, this in here, all right. That's a 100-year-old gun. Look how rotten that damn thing is. It been got wet in a barn. Laid in a barn for years. Ain't shit. I mean, this is this magazine's probably 10 years old. I don't know when I got. Maybe this is, that's a checkmate. I don't know if I got this one with the new one or what. All the Springfield Armory ones I got didn't have a mark on nowhere, so I have no idea what they made. It's polished, ain't nothing to it. It's all about technique. It ain't got nothing to do with all that fancy crap that I've been swearing by. It ain't got nothing to do with all that. It's all about technique. Technique and how you handle the weapon. Nothing to it. 100-year-old rotten ass gun. 100-year-old rotten ass gun. Go right in there, no problem. Because they're all built to the same standard pretty much. Except this one here is a little thicker, so if you want to go in there and cut it in, like I said, that's probably the reason this one here wouldn't fit. That's fine. I have no problem with that either. Maybe one day I'll have the money to have it diamond cut. Maybe I won't. But Uncle Fester, y'all failed on that one because you didn't send it back to the factory. If you buy a Glock and something's broke on it, are you going to give that damn gun away for nothing? To lose money on it instead of sending it back to Glock? Glock is in Smyrna, Georgia, dude, Atlanta. If you have a problem with it and it's a new gun, that new compact yours, don't sell the damn thing. Fix it. Have Glock fix it. Guarantee you they got a lifetime warranty. I got a lifetime warranty on that one. If I hadn't broke that part, they would have fixed it. This one's got a lifetime warranty on it. If it breaks, it's going back to the damn factory. Let them fix it. But it ain't. The only problems I've had with that one were related to ignorance and stupidity on my damn part. And this one here ain't failed me one single time. Period. I failed the gun. Like I said in one of my first range officer videos, maybe one of these days I'll be able to shoot as good as the damn gun can, because this son of a bitch is accurate. Don't believe me? Watch the last one we were perfected when I was punching. I punched a hole in there. It was no wider top to bottom than these two fingers together. And it was no wider side to side than these two fingers together. That is a small freaking group with, I think I was using 8-round magazines. Maybe it was 7, maybe it was 8, it don't matter. That is a small freaking hole. Now, I wasn't very far out, no doubt about it. But my shooting technique, the way I hold the gun, has improved substantially. So it wasn't the gun when I put those sights on there, it was me. And y'all can see Punky Poo said, Daddy, you talked long enough. So this is Mac Daddy 1911A1 with the rebuttal. I hope that I didn't insult or hurt your feelings, Uncle Fester. You know I love you. You're my oldest friend, and I hope you always will be. And ladies and gentlemen, just take it a grain of salt, folks. You know, I don't like Glock. I just don't like them. They're a good gun. If you want a Glock, go for it. But a 1911 is equal to as good in its own damn right if you know what the hell you're doing and don't start expecting things from it that it was not designed to do. This is Mac Daddy 1911A1 with the Shade Tree Survivalist. Thank you very much for watching. Y'all take care and have a good day. And I'm going to pet old Punky Poo.